Trump just announced they caught the person that shot Charlie Kirk. Watch this video.
I always say, I think, just to protect us all, and so Fox doesn't get sued, and we all don't get sued, and everything else. But I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody, right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job. You know, getting somebody that you start off with absolutely nothing. And we started off with a clip that made him look like an ant that was almost useless. We just saw there was somebody up there. And so much work has been done over the last 2.5 days. You know, it's amazing, actually, when you start off with that and then all of a sudden you get lucky or talent or whatever it is. But
they basically 100% caught the same guy that was on camera jumping off the roof with the rifle. He's a 22-year-old from Utah named Tyler Robinson. And his personal minister came and fully identified that that was him. I am actually in shock it happened this fast. Apparently they had over 7,000 phone calls and leads. People were blowing the phone up on everybody knowing who it was. The first video released, somebody saw him on top of a roof, and they didn't call the authorities because they thought he was Charlie Kirk's bodyguard or the police force. But that same guy recorded him on the roof saying, oh, they must be planted there before the show starts. The second video we saw of the suspect, he was limping past the house because it turns out he may have had the bolt-action rifle in his pant leg. He was trying his best to not look suspicious, so he didn't have a mask on, he just had sunglasses and a hat. Third video we saw him running across a building and jumping off of it with a backpack and something long. And as he was running, somebody made a call and called the police, and the dispatch call was released, and she described exactly what it looked like, and they had the car he drove. He was done for. I just dropped a video saying it's only a matter of time before he gets caught because there's no way. They also had a crystal clear photo of his facial features. Of course, he had the sunglasses and hat on, but he also looked young as if he went to that same school that the incident happened at. And instead of wearing like an all black shirt or just a one color shirt, his shirt had a design. So if anybody's ever seen him with that shirt, he's very identifiable if he's ever worn that shirt any other day, or if anyone even spoke to him that day while he wore his shirt, i.e. his parents, family, friends. This is the most insane news I've heard in a while. I had to come straight to y'all. They have not released a name yet. They have him in custody and they're currently interrogating him. But I also want to say that MAGA, the party that's saying stop the violence, is now calling for more violence. They actually just beat somebody up the other day for saying F Charlie Kirk. A mob grouped up on him and they encouraged it. They encouraged it online. They encouraged it in person. The people of free speech shouldn't be met with violence. I am actually amazed at this and I'm interested to see what happens next because, to be honest, I wasn't expecting the shooter to stick around too long after some time. Maybe they did have some hope they were going to escape the country some way, somehow. But given all the evidence that was on the internet, I knew it was inevitable that they were going to make it on one single plane. And if they did, the entire country's coming after them. Because if there's one thing America defends, it's Nazis. Now, there's no room for violence in America. Because when we allow violence to start rampaging in America, however lawless you think this country is now would get a lot worse. I mean, we saw what happened right after the Charlie Kirk incident. MAGA started threatening to do mass shootings. They were declaring war against this imaginary left. They were declaring war against trans people. They were declaring war inside their own country without even knowing who the shooter was or what he represented, what he voted for, what his beliefs were. They just said what was always on their heart and what they've always wanted to do. These are not good people. Some people are saying, Advice from Louis, why are you up this late? I am doing my job. I'm very passionate about restoring our country. Now we'll see what happens next with the shooter, and if he even did it. The way it looks to be so far is maybe another Luigi Mangione case, where it gets taken to court because unless he admits it was him, they can't necessarily prove it was him. So if he gets some really good lawyers, we'll see what happens next. If they truly could not get his face or his fingerprints, which I think they were able to get his fingerprints from the buildings, so they claim, he might be okay. But if somebody was this methodically planning all of these events out, I would imagine he would at least wear latex gloves. I would imagine the gun was already wiped, the bullets were wiped, cleaned completely. He probably did some research how to get fingerprints off, but no criminal is perfect. There is always something left behind. And remember, when it comes to Nazis, America will go at any length to protect them. I do not condone any form of violence in America. I'm going to be paying very close attention to these updates, so my next video is going to be covering this story very, very closely. And I'm sure by then, Elon Musk, the leader of the MAGA militia, the one that said we either need to fight or die, will have eaten another slice of cake and made another tweet. And Donald Trump is going to be very angry when he finds out this was not a radical left lunatic. But we'll see what happens. I will see you guys sometime later today. Hope you enjoyed the update. Hope you have a great day. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you then.